10 seconds. Radiant must choose.
Faceless Void.
Played earlier, like he doesn't feel pressure from Barry, he doesn't feel pressure from Venom. He will early on, but 4-5 onward when he has a couple items, he's good to go. He just needs to play a little bit on the back foot.
No, I definitely do like that. It's a very mobile draft. Venom is not really, like you said, he just does not really move from lane to lane very nice. Spirit Breaker can, but
not when you're playing into Ember
and Void. Yeah.
And this is why we see teams like this, the Drow. This is why the Ember covered it already.
I think they kind of knew this was coming.
And like the reason why I think Spirit Breaker looked so good previously was because on Viking they picked it second phase after they'd already seen like at least 1 or 2 lanes the Barra could access. When you're picking so early, I think right now they're going to have a difficult position where this Barra might be a little bit lost, going, okay, what's his purpose in the game? Like,
where do I go?
Yeah,
I'm just a meat shield for Venom.
Exactly, that's literally it right now. Arguably, you saying the safe lane, if he ever TPs in or charges to his bot lane with the Drought and the Ven, should net 3 kills every time. Unless you go into the Mirana, and of course, but it is a hard game right now for NAVI, just to unlock their laning phase.
And I feel like they might actually do the same thing on Alliance this time. Pressure lane, leave S4 top, just like they did versus the Alchemist. You look at Drow Venge, like it can be a bit greedy. You can punish this for sure.
I think if Alliance pick up any offlane that can be a Terran push, so like an Underlord type hero who can just be a little bit chill, defend the tower, allow the Void to hit jungle, allow the Ember to make his moves with the SD Mirana, then it's perfectly fine. I think the counter argument to that would be you lack early damage, like we said in game 1, but the way they played the map in general allowed them to not really have this issue, the lack of early damage.
Love Underlord versus Venom. I think the hero Venom does nothing to Underlord. Like throughout the entirety of the game, you actually just do nothing. It's built-in magic resist, your built-in pipe. Definitely can work.
Again, Alliance our second, so we're looking more towards NAVI right now, how they rounding out their draft.
You actually just do nothing. It's built-in magic.
You would argue
resist, your built-in pipe.
So hard because I don't think there's one hero right now that can sort of solve all their problems.
They need some catch.
Maybe Kunkka actually could be that, because it gives you the catch, it gives you the tankiness to cut through the early damage of Ember, the run buff.
That's what I'm really just seeing, like Kunkka, DK, but DK you're just giving Ember a free lane.
They could go wild and just go Nash. And the way they go Shadow Fiend. I think Kunkka might just be the play.
I don't see there are other options to satisfy that catch in particular, and just ways to disrupt inside of the fights. Okay, I mean,
it's very. To be fair, it is good against Ember and Void in terms of that lockdown, but they are very much in the position of they have to somehow have a strong lane and just constantly go, because if they mistake, I see this Void just having free game. Ember a free game.
Underlord looks better now. Yeah, he's versus Puck too. This looks like actual beautiful beautiful Underlord game for the roots, for the thing he builds up, the atrophy aura versus Drow.
Ember.
Okay.
Explain.
Unkillable in the game. Spirit again, another, so you have 3 lanes, but Spirit Breaker doesn't do anything again, right? He's just gonna pretty much exist and leap XP and be a AFK. Then Timbersaw in lane, he good armor against the Ventral combo. Early on level 1-2 might have some issues, but when you get to 3-4-5,
you're unkillable.
Chill.
Yeah, I actually really does look very unkillable. Look at it's having a bad game.
Yeah.
Timbersaw is actually just Immortal. I don't see Drow having an easy game. I think he's gonna actually just get pressured a bit here. There's a lot of ways to get on top of him, a lot of different ways to actually go to that lane.
I think Alliance have a very nice draft, and they've really kind of bounced back from yesterday's series where they were kind of fixated on this IO a little bit too heavily, and these drafts are really enjoyable to see.
Odds reflect what our analysts are saying, of course. There's a big difference, but not as big as we've seen before, so things are evened up. But I gotta agree with you guys. This Alliance draft looking pretty good, but you know, NAVI, if they can get the ball rolling, they got a couple counters in there. You know, Venge not that bad against Void.
No, they definitely do have a couple things. I'm just worried that they're gonna be. I'm looking at this Puck and I'm like, oh my god, this Puck has to have like, if he messes up a Dream Coil in this game, they're gonna get slowed down so much. He's the only one that actually can like make aggressive moves with the Spirit Breaker. It feels like.
Yeah, I think NAVI have the same situation that Alliance had in game 1. They need to find the core they have to lock down and constantly play. So if Puck ever moves towards Timberlane, you can pretty much call it GG for NAVI. They need to move away from Timber the entire time, and then they might have a maybe a shot.
Well, the time has come. Will it be a 2-0? It would be so sad to see the El Clasico go out like that. Or will this Puck do the impossible? Well, let's find out with our casters.
Thank you, Slap.
Science with NAVI ready to go. Kyle, we've seen the drives this time around, and the panel definitely talked up a lot of things that Alliance were especially finishing with. And compared to game one, where it seemed like the drives were close, Alliance were able to take the win. This time around, Alliance even favored from the drives. But would you agree, looking at this Timber and saying, are they ever going to kill him?
I would say, yeah. It looks easier to execute than the previous game. The one fear you look at Navi's draft, you got to be careful going to the vent lane, even going to the drought lane if you're Alliance. There could be a teleport from the puck, Spirit Breaker charges, and all of a sudden you're just ward spam to death. The support duo, we haven't seen this in a while. It used to be very common. The SD Morana just dual roam, right? With 3 independent solos.
Oh, goodbye, FNG. There's a little bit of a surprise waiting there on the high ground. Navi set up as the full 5-man to catch Alliance off guard, and they come in for that move. First blood for Navi.
As I'm like a book. That was not what he expected walking up the hill. Oh man. But I love the dual roam, and if you can just get the Void off to a decent start, yeah. Are they gonna aggro trialing with it? No. Yes, they're gonna do it with the Timber, so we'll see. Maybe just a word fight. Are they just dual lane? Okay. Morana Timber off lane? Seems good.
We see as for just grabbing the bounty ring, we'll be sticking to the bottom. We'll see how long they need to keep.
A tomar 2 runas, Navi logra tomar 2 también, así que en ese aspecto bastante parejos, ¿no?
碰灭基本上前期线保住这个法门机对线，到时候他可以去游走。
Але з 4 на каструлі це... Так?
Pretty even between two down bottom. I mean, Crystallize, he's going to get free from here, right? S4 alone. Once he starts to gain the levels, but Crystallize is able to keep him at bay, constantly harassing with the frost arrows and keeping it at a distance.
Yeah, you're going to be okay with this for now. Once he hits level 6, it can be doubling. Crystallize will likely have to move over, and yeah, really well behind tower. An inkling courage to become Festoon was counted out by Ilias, but not before Hans was able to strike. Top lane, yeah, this is the trouble for once you leave this, you just get right at and a lot of harass damage.
Gonna take so much damage, and Nika Baby's gonna have to get quite a bit of reach.
Because the trouble is, once you use lead, you run in range of Tom anymore, because otherwise it can flick you to death. You just get wrecked by the Spirit Breaker, poison things slowed, and slowly dwindle down. But 3 on S4, so it could be all right now. 12 stacks up of that.
Hansen on the side fishing for an arrow. He's finding opportunities. I see top lane going in onto Pasha. Getting more set of Pashes, not enough to kill Pasha, but still, Nico Baby able to punch back a little bit. Merchant won't be able to find FNG.
It's just such an annoying lane. I love what FNG has chosen to do. I didn't see this, but perhaps it was the reason they first picked this D-Pro to actually aggro, disrupt, and counter in the lane phase. It's for Pod to play up against.
I think all lanes going pretty evenly right now.
Oh, nice. Holy crap, that was very close to a kill on either.
Yeah, but it didn't come across. So it was ready for that lead. Get on the arrow limb. Gonna find himself a DB. Give it a bit of edge in this. Still hang around. Get some level 2. And may even hover around mid again. Try for one spot with the next arrow.
They're not killing him.
Yeah, both getting the farm. He go back a bit. He already used the time. Oh, immersion.
Oh, the blocks.
He didn't hit. No, it seemed like he stopped it.
I think he might cancel it. Look at that. I think he might get the kill. Poison sting.
It's gonna be close, but you're right. With that TP out, he'll make it. But a missed opportunity there, felt like on Eco Baby. Not quite finishing the hit there. Onto the void. And still survive.
Really like, oh, just giving someone free XP. That's controlling objectives.
Either of them chain in the lead. Play the mid lane. It's an absolute. It's matched perfectly. 27-6, 27-6. Couldn't be any more even between heroes in head. One of the closest matchups I've seen it. 5 minutes in.
Young G. Coil. So yeah, mid what
all right.
Lim definitely just the better on regen. He has a model for the one charging puck, and Young I don't know if you want to just silence the face of an Ember Spirit like that. Even like 6, surprisingly, he just killed him. All right. So the other thing in last game was to aggressively pin and feed life. Maybe this is a sign of things happening in the opposite direction. You know, Young G takes a ball very perfectly at any stage and then we may continue to dominate the game. But see, it's quite possible. NAVI superstition. I mean, definitely NAVI after that.
Under attack.
One of that Nestle ready to play. Now that it's fixed. Getting aggressive on to Crystallize. Crystallize is going to need to play very careful. As still, he's going to be careful. He's going to stick it around and he's going to down with the body shot.
What?
He's dead. He's straight up back. Nothing can be done to take them.
Yeah, this is what we fear, right? Munskin, Spike, he's helped us 4. Now that he's level 6 on the Timber, there's no one that can go play against him.
Like, who goes down there?
Maybe Puck, but no one can sing at the top of the glyph. So this is 100% power. He's just a shot, and doesn't he still top handle Posh if it's necessary to. And
they're trying to put the pressure in on this lane. It's going to be hard to make plays though. Alliance with 3 rounds. Disruption, arrows ready to come out with counter plays. Young G trying to get in with this invis rune. But they're playing very carefully here. As you can see, Nico Baby staying right back by the tower. One hitting the 6 as well.
Any moment now.
They really want to make a play here, Harvey. They're trying very hard to force this.
And the bottom, just sitting top, praying he finds a limp free fire, teleport active. If you make dive under tower here, you're just gonna get screwed.
Now it's gonna be the Alliance that wants to make the combo. Disruption into the will still answer Basher. Merch coming charging across, trying to put them. Basher already down. Tipping over in fact as well to continue this fight. Elias and Young G also still in the neighborhood. Limp charging in, chained up onto Immersion. Arrow does clip on for the Vengeful Spirit. The foil will be snapped. He's trying to charge forward for this one. Nico Baby's hold the lockdown onto the puck. Young G caught in the crow. Can he get out in time with Orb? He can. Nico Baby finds Bash, but needed another to get the kill. So to keep himself alive despite the chrono being dropped. FNG is even high from Nico Baby.
I don't know. You didn't even think about saving him or running interference. You're just waiting. But nice. Keep in mind, this with that S4.
Sin, he's gone back up on ground. He's still got a free charge, so it should be fine. In fact, I didn't even start thinking about going back. Not that would certainly out of can hit the arrow. In fact, even need to, because that's 4 of all the time that this focus stayed around. He's managed to over and join the party. He's deep onto Pasha. Pasha trying to hide in the trees, clears them out with the remnants. But we'll be able to play another as S4 getting involved. 0-1. K-Lead now 6-1 at 9 minutes in. Alliance off to a pretty fiery start here in this game too.
I love the move from S4. He pushes bottom, TP's mid to defend tower against Drow, who then no longer can stay in there. There's S4 hero just running at him, and he just moved along top of the Vincere and who went for the phase boots build, allows him to get really aggressive, and it also makes a slight hit just a little bit harder. Squishy heroes like Puck Veno.
To their top tower.
Just solid play. Alliance taking map control once again. And, 6, man. We talk about Puck a lot. This is similar to a Puck. You gotta